currently for this fight, but they only have 14 seconds to get the other one. Panker needs to have a huge Earth Shatter if this is going to work. Self-destruct not going to get anything. Shield Bash was just a little late. Izire is going to go down. Was a little aggressive. Really wanted that Shield Bash and that self-destruct kill. That would have locked things up for energy, but that's not the case right now. Earth Shatter not going to get anything, so no value from that only ultimate. But Rolf very close to that Transcendence. Izire is going to have to use that rally once he does come back. Graviton Surge keeping the rest of Gladiators Legion on the payload, but they're moving it right now. Dalton getting the DMech onto Smex. No tanks for NRG Esports, just 3 remaining, but that was enough on the last fight. The Gladiators Legion are going to clean this thing up. Though, for Gladiators Legion, as 4 members will be falling on the ground. Hello, I'm Halo, having to use that sound barrier to keep the rest of NRG Esports alive. Self-destruct now from Gods. He's had some big ones in the past. He's going to have one in the present. 3 kills for him.
Minutes for NRG.
Self-destruct from Gods has got to be terrifying for them to see. The pin and the particle barriers have all been used. The Specs, though, will get demech because of that self-destruct. Earth Shatter following that Graviton Surge. That's exactly how you want to see a Graviton. And then Shatter after. Stand 1 trying to assert his dominance. The only kill they got was a fire, and Byron's going to have to be the one that gets those volleys into those heads. Again,
open Shatter for Stand 1, and he took it.
So this next fight will be pretty even. NRG Esports having 2 ultimates close to that Graviton Surge. Gladiators Legion has that Graviton Surge. Earthshatter's going to go down to open things off. Far is on the ground and will be focused down. Stand 1 very close to dying, but Byron's going to go ahead and use that Transcendence to keep him alive. This might be all they need to take this point. Very, very clean. Gladiators Legion had some moments of brilliance. They got wiped on Lijiang Tower, but here on Numbani, after that kind of loss, they actually came back and almost tried. They did finish the match.
Yeah, but it was some of these unfortunate timings. Just there's sometimes not too much you can do. The Transcendence just doesn't come online fast enough to save your Zarya. But there is, you can't go around it. There are 5 members on the attacking side, but soon that's going to be enough as 2 kills come through.
Gods and Pooks will be laying on the ground. The Transcendence wasn't there fast enough for Gods to stay alive. Gladiators Legion lost that Earth Shatter as well. Pooks is going to get in another ultimate and survive, almost survive another one. They really wanted that Lucio. NRG Esports bringing this back from the brink. 6 minutes and 22 seconds left for Gladiators Legion. Benton, the Shield Bash is going to try to land onto Gods, and it doesn't. NRG Esports has Stand 1 on that Earth Shatter as well. Sound Barrier goes up for Gladiators Legion, and now we do have a Graviton Surge from NRG Esports and Gladiators Legion. Everyone throwing out their ultimates, but only trades happening right now. Both losing a support. That Earth Shatter will spell doom for Smex, but that self-destruct is going to be used. He's going to go down before he can get back into the mag. Gladiators Legion have them enough. They're focusing down when he gets close. Gladiators Legion now getting to those ultimates. The Earth Shatter, though, is going to get 4 members of Gladiators Legion. NRG Esports getting 3 quick kills. It doesn't matter what those spawns are when all the kills happen at once.
Boost through this choke.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. You're a seer, my friend. NRG Esports, so look at those health bars. A lot of them below half. Desire getting taken down very, very low, but somehow they get 2 kills to start this off. Hello, I'm Halo getting a double kill, so this is a 6v3. Oh no, it's a 6v2 on at the point right now. Gladiator
under that pressure, unfortunately for Gladiators, even though they had all these tools and a really good Transcendence from Rolf to keep everybody up alive after Stan's Earth Shatter, it just didn't quite happen for them. It was actually a Graviton Surge eaten to start things off. Transcendence here, but it's not just about getting that trans, but you need to be able to use that timing to convert into kills. And NRG took that opportunity. A well-placed self-destruct by Smex caught Panker, landed right on top of his head. He wasn't quite sure where it was coming from. And without that maintain, you cannot ignore him.
Panker getting taken down low as they tried to engage here. Graviton Surge is going to be thrown out, but 2 kills for NRG Esports. But the Earth Shatter is going to get a ton of them, mostly all of them. 4 people down from NRG. Did take about 15 seconds off of the clock. This is going to be a little bit better for both teams, as they're pretty much even going into this 3rd round on Hanamura.
Yeah, it really does come down to some of these little micro movements. Both of these teams so evenly matched, even in their time banks. You can see, though, Panker really opened up this fight for Gladiators Legion with that pin kill onto Azire. As a Reinhardt playing GOATS, you have so much pressure on your shoulders, but you can be such a difference maker for your team. Even if there's a sound barrier being dropped, you can still do massive damage if you can land those charges. There's nothing that the enemy team can do unless your Zarya has that ally bubble down on lock ready and to save you. Otherwise, you can find yourself yourself in a man disadvantage very quickly. So Reinhardt's not just there for the shielding. Aim in the backline, give him enough time. He's probably going to find a couple of heads. He's opened up fights more than once. Beautiful Transcendence timing as well. The thing with playing Zenyatta these days is that a lot of times, in order to stay safe away from all of that CC, you're so far away physically from the body of the fight, away from your team. So being able to get that Transcendence timing, you have to basically be premonitioned. You need to know which tanks are about to die before they even take that damage in order to actually make it there soon enough to apply. Aim in the backline, give him enough time. He's probably going to find a couple of heads. He's opened up fights more than once. Beautiful Transcendence timing as well. The thing with playing Zenyatta these days is that a lot of times, in order to stay safe away from all of that CC, you're so far away physically from the body of the fight, away from your team. So being able to get that Transcendence timing, you have to basically be premonitioned. You need to know which tanks are about to die before they even take that damage in order to actually make it there soon enough to apply stance around the point. Nobody was actually on there, not even a Lucio, getting that, accruing that percentage quickly. So by the time Gladiators Legion actually did capture that point, you already had NRG with plenty of ultimates generated. You even had time for Stan, actually going to force Pinker onto his own Winston for Gladiators' last push.
Smex has the self-destruct, finally was able to get it. Doesn't matter how much health he has now because self-destruct can push everyone off the payload if there's only 50 seconds left. Push the self-destruct onto the ground and does get a double kill off of it. Smex with that 2K on that self-destruct. Russian rally down coming from Gladiators Legion. NRG Esports is going to drop their self-destruct and actually get 2 members of Gladiators Legion. Well, they were behind on that ultimate economy. It doesn't matter. A self-destruct from Smex getting 2. I was wondering when that was going to happen.
For Pinker to go down before launching the Graviton Surge for a surefire win. This could have been the place where you saw a lot of ultimates flying from NRG, and indeed we did have the Earthshatter and the self-destruct invested, but Kevster wisely holding on to that Graviton Surge for the late fight when Gladiators Legion was already in tatters. Nobody's in the right positioning. There isn't any shielding left, and there we have it. Godsmech not going to be stalling out the payload. The Graviton Surge just, you know, giving NRG a free ride. The pesky shield of Pinker was out of the way. You see right here, it is always so tricky in these overtime scenarios. Was that pin worth it? It put Pinker out of position even while it secured the kill onto Kevster. Opened up that Earthshatter for stand 1, and a lot of times nowadays with these Mirror Goats composition, actually interesting, I just want to point out that last week as well up against Envy, Gladiators Legion lost this series but did pick up Dorado. Oh wait, no, actually it was the other way around.
Yeah, it was the other way around.
No,
because,
it was a Trill with that Earthshatter.
Yeah, if Envy only plays Dorado, they are undefeated. So
we got to look at the rules. We got to look at the rules.
So NRG Esports are going to take this 2-1 off the back of some good play. I want to say, hey, Byram, you played very, very well. There are opportunities for him to frag out, but you really have to congratulate the tanks. You said earlier today, this is not quite a DPS meta. It's not a DPS meta.
No.
So you need to build
player on the side of Gladiators Legion. It was not quite enough to bring up, you know, all to make up for the other misplays potentially from the rest of his teammates.
Yeah, so there was some layering of ultimates from both teams, but they had clean fights on both sides. And NRG Esports has had them more frequently. Like going all the way back to Lijiang Tower, winning both rounds 100-0.